Hi guys, welcome to Twin Perspective. I'm Joe,
I'm James.
and tonight we're going to be presenting some free-floating hostilities. Tonight's episode is Twin Perspective on advertisements.
No, what's wrong with advertisements?
Everything.
Besides interrupting your favorite show or listening to the radio every 3 songs, you got to go through 3 minutes of advertising. That's the obvious what's wrong. People just don't like them.
Yeah, we're tuning in to be entertained, and these guys are interrupting.
They're paying for the program. We understand that.
Yeah, they're paying for the broadcast. That's great. But they're not selling us anything.
What are they selling us?
I don't know.
Have you ever watched the commercial and when it was done, you're like, what the hell are they selling?
I think what it is late at night when you're really stoned and you're watching Cartoon Network and Burger King comes on and, oh, we're going to go get some Burger King.
Yeah.
I guess that's the most effective way. That's more like when you play the commercial and what audience you're going after. But the point of all these advertisements drives me crazy. I can't make the connection. For starters, I don't know what they're selling half the time.
Usually they're selling style more than the product.
Right.
They're more interested in making it funny or cute. And it's... What were they selling again?
Right. What was that a commercial for? I don't know. You know, the one with the guy that did this and...
Lots of money, tons of money, truckloads, dumping truckloads of money to sell their product. Not going to pay their employees.
No.
The ones that are on the ground, with boots on the ground.
Right.
But they'll pay Sam Jackson to come sell their card and not tell you a damn thing about it.
Right. Usually you don't. Now, the ones that do, McDonald's, Burger King, so like every 2 weeks or a month they have a new promotion.
Have you ever seen a sandwich they show on TV and go there and get the carbon copy of that sandwich? Oh, no.
And I don't know if you've ever seen the documentaries where they paint the food to make it look perfect and they...
Pretty.
Yeah.
The lettuce is pretty at Wendy's.
So the point of those commercials is, okay, they've got a budget. They know what they're going to spend on advertisements and promotion. And so McDonald's and Coke,
Yeah,
feel
you
this
just follow a
need-
pyramid. You'll find it.
feels this need to inundate the television with their commercials. I think when you're born, you know what Coca-Cola is and McDonald's. I mean, you see it on the side of the road if you're just driving around, but you got to watch TV and you got to have a brand new. I don't know how much money McDonald's spends on advertisements, but I'll give them some credit because at least they're telling you what the special is at the time. Prices may vary, locations may vary. I've seen commercials for KFC for a special, going to the local KFC, and they didn't carry the special.
Now,
They got me to waste my gas money.
yeah, over here where we live, 24-hour restaurants are just never really 24 hours. Oh, we're closed for cleaning right now. You visiting your friends at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
It's supposed to be open.
The shake machine is not working right now. No, I've worked in a restaurant before. You have to clean that.
You have to clean
motherfucker. You don't want to clean it.
And no one cleaned it.
Yep. That'd be the one and only time you use it to serve me, and you'd have to turn around and clean it again.
Yep.
It's not working.
Oh, man, we have one offshore. It was like, are you kidding me? Every 2 weeks I got to clean this thing? No, really, every 3 days. Quit eating the soft serve ice cream offshore. Now, they're lying. That's another problem in advertisements.
Right.
And you see the small print because they will get sued if they don't put do not attempt on there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
if you show somebody just running and jumping, it's mostly in car commercials.
Yeah.
Closed course professional driver. Then why are you showing me a car doing what I'm never going to be able to do?
Right. Going 180 miles an hour. They can go up to 180 miles an hour, but we're not legally allowed to do that. Do not attempt. And you know, when I was a kid and I saw that stuff on TV, I thought, okay, the company's saving their ass, but I'm not going to attempt this goopy shit anyway. But as I got older, I realized, okay, they're covering their ass, and then I thought they're really being kind of crazy about it. It's almost politically correct, But now that I'm older, I'm like, okay, I demand it every time I see a commercial.
Me too. Remember the guy with the crazy glue and he was holding on to his hard hat and he was hard hat was super glued to a beam of steel,
Right.
and he's holding on his hard hat, kicking his legs, and he's hanging way up in the air. They did not have a do not attempt at the bottom, but that was probably what led to it. Somebody tried it and said the commercial told me.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you have to have warnings, you have to have labels, you have to have regulations, believe it or not.
Hmm.
Do not attempt.
Well, and also results may vary. Now, these pharmaceutical commercials will spend half to 3/4 of their commercial telling you the side effects.
Right, because they're legally obligated to.
I was going to let you take over on this.
It's like, okay, first of all, we can't go and just buy drugs, all right? They have to be prescribed to us by a doctor. So the point of a drug commercial escapes me. You're not selling the drug to me. You think what are you doing? I'm going to spread your gossip? I'm going to go to the doctor and request Zoloft because I saw a commercial for it? Wouldn't the doctor know if I deserved Zoloft or not? I mean, the point to a drug commercial is absurd. And then, of course, it's usually something like, okay, you have depression, you're taking a depression medicine.
I'm the little cloud following you around, and I'm sad.
They got all this money to spend on the computer-generated cloud and crap, and we can't go get the drug on our own. What a waste of frickin' money. And I guess they justified it in their stupid-ass numbers. You push a pencil around long enough, and it's going to dumb your ass down. Now, okay, so you're supposed to be taking a depressant, but it's not really working. So they're selling you another depression medicine that might help.
I love the ones that's like, this is for thin blood. May thin your blood.
Right. It may cause, so of course the depression medicine may cause depression.
Do not take it if you have explosive diarrhea. No, do not take it if you have a heart valve.
Side effects may include, bleeding from your ass, unintentional discharge, headaches, nausea, stomach, new or worsening heart condition. And by the time they're done with the side effects, then they remind you one more time what the damn product's for.
Don't be depressed anymore.
Don't be depressed on your regular depression medicine. Add this. I don't think so.
Well, the girl that broke my heart doesn't depress me anymore, but I'm bleeding from both eyes.
Right. I can't.
I'm happy.
Stand it. And the whole point, besides the fact I'm glad they have to say the side effects, the whole point is it's pointless. We can't go get the drugs ourselves.
No.
I hate drug commercials. Okay, go.
Another pointless is, now I love it, naming stadiums. I love it because we probably wouldn't have the New Orleans Saints here in the Louisiana Superdome if they couldn't get money. Some of these places, it benefits for them just dump trucking loads of money on top of them. And now we're the Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
Right. We were always the Louisiana Superdome, but for the last decade plus, we've been the Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
And the Falcons in our own division are the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Right. Right.
You can't even get another sponsor in our own division.
I mean, that's our arch rival. That's our nemesis. We're going to catch you in Mercedes-Benz, and if not, we're going to catch you in the other Mercedes-Benz.
Do all these players drive up in Mercedes-Benz?
No. Part of the contract is don't ever show what your players are driving, or your owner, or your GM. And does it make you want to go buy a Mercedes-Benz?
Right, that's the general point. Gillette Stadium does not make me want to go buy Gillette razors, no matter how many times they say it. And the Visa halftime report just makes me think one day I'm going to need a fucking Visa to cross state lines. It doesn't remind me that Visa is be all you can be.
Yeah.
With Morgan Freeman talking to me about Visa doesn't make me want to get a Visa card. I have a bank card at the bank I bank at.
We're going to take 5,000 of those and 10,000 of those, and instead of paying at price for it, we're going to give this credit card company some of our hard-earned money because we don't quite have it up front. You're screwed, man. If you think credit is the way to go, I mean, great. That's fine, but that's goofy. Why don't you take the cash and buy it right away instead of paying this company?
FedEx Field. I've never gone, oh, man, that's what I'm using next time, FedEx. It's the first one I drive up to. It may be cheaper. I don't know. Heinz Field is, there's a situation there. There's a situation there. It used to be Three Rivers Stadium. It's still Three Rivers Stadium to me.
Right. Mile High, and then it turned into Invesco Field at Mile High because everybody still called it Mile High. They weren't going to call it Invesco Field.
What is Invesco?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I'm looking to watch the Broncos, but I appreciate their money.
The stadiums is the same as bowl games and stuff.
Oh man, the Chick-fil-A Bowl. Welcome to the Trojan Lubricated Extra Ribbed Bowl. It's the summer's eve. That's what I'm waiting for, folks. Some goddamn good fucking naming going on there.
I want a company that with some balls to stand up and say, yeah, I'll pay $10 million over the next 5 years if you'll name your stadium Tampon Maxi Pad Stadium or whatever.
Huggies. I want to see a diaper stadium.
Huggies Field.
Huggies Field. Yeah. I want a douche stadium. I want a condom stadium. Man, and you know it's coming. The first one
Trojan is a great name.
Yeah, Trojan is.
Stadium.
Yeah, USC ought to look into that one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got to be lubricated. When it's raining, does that mean Trojan Field is lubricated? But the first one's going to be Viagra. It's going to be Viagra. It's going to be a male enhancement pill.
Yeah, they already have the race car driver with the Viagra car, I guess.
Welcome to New England, the Pill After Bowl. The morning after bowl.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's have a little fun with these advertisers.
Right. It's as long as I've been alive, commercials lie to you. That was just the way it is. They made everything look glamorous, and it never works. A good way to tell if it doesn't work is if it's freaking on TV and they're selling it for $19.99. Forget about it. That shit's gonna break in 2 weeks, guaranteed.
That was our day, back in our day, as seen on TV.
That meant something.
Man, it never stuck. It never stuck. Buy the good old-fashioned gray duct tape. Don't buy the plastic gray duct tape. This shit don't even stick to my skin. Honesty is what we're looking for in advertisement.
Yeah.
And one way to be honest is to tell us the price of what you're selling.
Right.
It's hard to do with credit cards, you know. And you read it, boy, that's when they got the book of small print at the bottom, which will tell you the APR and how much honest commercials. And I loved it that these food companies did it. Somebody had the bright idea to sell 4 things for $5, and all the other ones decided they had to do it too.
Right.
And they're not playing their game at that point, but they have to compete, and they're in the corporate boardroom when they're discussing it. So Wendy's does it, Rallies. Now you can get 3 things for $4 at Rallies, or 4 things for $3. You know,
right.
That's when it works in our favor, and they have to tell you what they're selling at that point to show that they're competing with the other guy that's giving you 2 original chicken sandwiches for $5.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're going to give you a sandwich and some nuggets and French fries and a Coke for the same price.
Mm-hmm. KFC jumped in. Well, throw in a cookie.
Yeah, man, they're being honest at that point. Honesty. But normally, if they're just selling a Whopper, they're not telling you the price.
Yeah,
and I don't want to pick on them.
$6 and something. You know?
It is. I don't want to just pick on them. It's car companies. I love how they'll save you $10,000 cash back. I don't know what money back cash back is. Do you get credit for that?
Well, of course you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay it back. I don't know if they hand you $10,000 right out of the gate. Like,
or they say, okay, you buy this a month and then or pay so much a month, but we'll give you $5,000 cash back and you'll pay us back later. The interest never gets mentioned. Right. I don't know how it goes. And if you save me $10,000, chances are your car's worth $40,000 or $50,000.
We're going to save you $10,000 off the sticker price or whatever,
before taxes.
It's like
just
like the credit card that says 2% cash back on everything. Okay, 2% cash. Well, you were going to charge me 38%, but now you're only charging me 36%. I'm still getting screwed either way. That 2% cash back doesn't mean a freaking thing to me when you can start off at any damn place you want. I mean, my God, this car right now, you know, after $2,500 cash back,
could. I like that word. Could. When, you know, Geico says that. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Right.
It's an incentive to call them
Right.
to
They tell
find
you
out.
you might save money, and it's not going to take a lot of time.
Progressive comes along and says, we'll tell you the competitors' prices, even if their prices are better than ours.
Which I already figured out on my own. They're better than yours.
Now actually, that's what I'm with. I went to the General, which I thought was an insurance company, and it's not. They just figured out Progressive was the cheapest one for me. I thought you were an insurance company. So what am I paying you now to find that now that because I go to them and pay my Progressive bill every month.
That's weird, huh?
Yeah, it is. I still don't know.
I bet they think Shaquille O'Neal sitting in the side of the next to the General got you to get up and go and get it.
Oh man, they sure did. And the penguin. What was the penguin in the General? And the General went to Antarctica one time and picked up a penguin.
I guess.
Then the penguin hung out with the General for like a couple of
It
years.
was a mascot, and it never made sense.
It never made sense. He didn't sell me. Didn't sell me shit. My insurance company dropped me and didn't even tell me. Before I knew it, I had to go pay $700 because I didn't have insurance. So I called the General, but we're selling their products, but it wasn't because of that damn penguin.
Yeah, we're really not interested in name dropping anything. Apocalypse. Okay, there you go.
Now some commercials get really big stars, and some commercials make stars.
Yes, like Progressive and Flow.
And Geico and the Caveman. Forget about the Gecko. The Gecko came later.
Oh man, what's wrong with Geico? You have a chance to do a Super Bowl commercial. You could have the Gecko and the Caveman at the
They've
same time.
Never done it. And now they don't even use either one of them with their new.
The guy with the cash flying off of him on the motorcycle.
Who was that guy?
Bring back the Caveman. My God, you guys are paying a whole staff of people to come up with ideas, and you had one you could have stayed with.
They're still paying these people so they come up with new ideas because they can't come up with original thoughts on their original idea. The first Caveman commercial with and he's on the escalator at the airport. Then he comes back and he sees the Geico commercial. So even a caveman can use it.
Even a caveman can do it. And he just shakes his head.
Great commercial.
Because the song was so cool.
Good song.
Yeah.
The Matthew McConaughey song, I don't know if that's Lincoln. I don't know if that's... I liked it when I first heard it. Annoys the shit out of me now. I think it's Stereo Lab.
But those cars are cool.
But also, Matthew McConaughey is not going to sell me a Lincoln.
At all. Show me the car.
It's way out of my price range.
Of course. They don't mind showing you the prices for car commercials, at least now. $650 a month.
Flo? I love Flo. Love Flo. They brought that new guy in, and now it's Flo and the new guy. When he first showed up, I'm like, are they getting rid of Flo? Are they just going to... And I bet you that was their intention. That was their intention. And then they took a survey, and they said, no, you got to keep Flo. Because Flo's going to ask for more money when her contract's up.
She's one of the highest paid personalities now.
When I looked, and I think it was last year, or maybe the year before, she was up there in the top 5. The number one paid non-celebrity was the most interesting man in the world.
That's right.
Now that's some bucks. First of all, unless you worked at a bar, and I DJ'd, so I already knew what Dos Equis was, but people know what Dos Equis is now. They didn't have a butt ton of money, but they put it on with a great damn advertisement. Stay thirsty, my friends. You see what they did with him when his contract came up? They shot him to Mars, and they brought a new guy in because he wanted more money. They're like, we're not selling our product as is. People know what it is now, but they ain't buying it because it tastes like shit. But now I'm the most interesting man in the world, and they had enough money to bring Rob Riggle in. So now they got 2 for the price of 1.
Right. They can afford Rob Riggle and the new guy. Stay thirsty, mi amigos.
Mi amigos. Meanwhile, the most interesting man in the world probably needs medical bills. He probably needs help.
He's the most interesting man on Mars now.
I'm thirsty, mis amigos.
Oh, man. That's great. And another one that was created was Um, shoot, the one with the hot dogs and everything else.
Oh, Rallies. Those
No,
two.
not Rallies.
Well, let's talk about those two guys.
Is it Rallies?
No, that's Sonic.
Sonic. That's it.
Sonic. I keep saying
Yeah,
Rallies.
yeah. Those two. Sonic made them, and they made a great little shtick for Sonic, and they're sticking with it. I wonder where they are on that list.
And you know their contracts came up. There's always a lull, and you start to see repeats of the older ones, and then you get a whole batch of new ones. That's when the contracts get they decided we have to re-sign these guys because they're good.
Mm-hmm.
And fun fact, if you ever saw
Stranger Than Fiction.
Stranger Than Fiction, they're both in that movie together.
That
And
might have got them.
I bet you they had the same
re-signed.
agent. They had the same agent that sent them for the Sonic commercial, and they both got hired. And they had chemistry already. And those are really great commercials. And guess what? They tell you what the price is for what you're buying, and they talk about the food. It's a great advertisement.
Yeah, there's some I can tolerate, but generally they all suck.
And they're like, get half price on all of our slushies and stuff from the time no one shows up to the time we close.
Right.
There's a certain lull, and they're like, we're gonna give you half off.
Yeah, we'll give them away at that point. That's cool. I like that.
That is, oh man.
But there ain't enough of them. I mean, if I'm gonna like a commercial, it's just gonna be because it's funny. Like Little Caesars and holding up the Datsun. Pizza, Datsun. That was funny.
Not go and eat that cardboard crap.
No.
Even when it was $5, now it's $6. They're like, no one's coming.
And I boycott Papa John's because he's a prick. Okay, go on.
I would love one day to know about that. But is now not the time?
I don't know. He just, whatever laws pass and you have to pay. He had to spend more money to insure his workers, so he decided to raise the price of the pizza and cut everybody's hours so they didn't qualify for insurance, and made a statement saying it's not a requirement of the owner to share in the money that the company makes with his workers. So
wow,
and then he's got Peyton Manning in one commercial. Now he's got J.J. Watt in another commercial, and they're talking to the guy behind the scenes at the football stadium and how he's important too. It's just a bunch of hypocrisy and bullshit. It's like, I've never ordered a Papa John pizzas ever again, so I don't care how good your product is, you jerk.
I'm running out of pizza options because I worked at Domino's, I worked at Pizza Hut, and now I want to punch Papa John in the face. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's talk about some commercials, individual commercials that we hate. That just come on where you're like, and I'm going to start. The Nissan commercial with the little dog. And he's playing Frisbee with his daughter in the yard.
Oh, yeah.
And the dog looks depressed. Because you can't throw it low enough for him to catch it. Maybe because he needs more room.
Right. They have a front yard, but they need a bigger one.
He needs to stretch his 1-inch legs. So they jump in the car.
No, first he throws the Frisbee wildly. They care not about all the neighbors' kids and everything.
When you see that throw, you know that thing wasn't going 50 yards.
Yeah, then they jump in the Nissan. Is it Nissan?
Yeah. And it begins our adventure. And the point of the commercial, they show you how the car will do some things on its own. Because apparently she's not paying attention. She's driving, looking at the Frisbee or whatever. And the dog's like, stop!
Right, somebody's crossing the street, and I guess the car stops on its own. Because we're all too freaking stupid to step on a brake. So I guess they show that point up, and you're speeding through the streets to begin with to try to catch up to the Frisbee. So you're risking everyone's life. You almost ran this guy over.
Yeah, it looks like a damn NCIS episode, chasing a bad guy down the street.
And then what?
Lo and behold, they know exactly where the Frisbee's going to land because they drive up into a stadium.
Right onto the field.
Right onto the field. The fans are loving it, right?
I guess so. Cheerleaders already ran out of the way.
Nowhere in this commercial do they have security standing there going, freeze! But she uses her foot to lift the back hatch, which is an added feature.
Yeah, that scares me.
So the Datsun can run and jump and catch the Frisbee, and the crowd goes wild.
And when the Datsun jumps, he starts to come down from his little bitty tiny jump. So the editing's off.
Man.
And then he catches the Frisbee, And then she's holding him, and of course the guy's celebrating. He has no sleeves, so we get to see his armpit hair. I mean, how bad can this commercial be?
And yeah, and if it was in a Saint, I'm telling you, if someone drove up in a Superdome in the middle of a Saints game, screw you, screw your car, screw your dog, call security, Homeland, you will not be leaving New Orleans today. You're going to be hanging out and holding.
Right, we're old people, but this stuff bothers me now that I'm old. I don't want to see the car driving through the street, almost run somebody over, then drive into a stadium.
Parallel parking thing is good. It's good.
I guess.
It's a good option. But I mean, you're still not telling me how much the car is, unless it's in the small print.
It's probably in the small print.
And I ain't. No one's got time. We want to get back to our show. No one's got
Right,
time to pause it, get a magnifying glass.
No one's gonna be doing this with this car. Just tell us how much the frickin' thing costs.
Our show is something like her putting groceries in the car, a normal human act where she needs to use her foot to lift the hatchback. You're gonna sell me on something when I know I gotta carry a bunch of crap all the time.
These songs get stuck in your head, you know. And hopefully it's a good song.
No, but most of the time it's not.
Okay, what's next on your list of specific?
Well, do the iPhone 8 Plus Portrait Girl.
All right. The girl's right up at the camera, and she's walking toward the camera. Her eyes are wide open. She's staring at you. And this whoever's singing has a very soft tone.
It could be
it's
her.
very sensual, though.
Yeah.
And the way she's staring is very sensual. And the first thing I noticed was, why are they putting this child in this commercial?
Yeah, she looks 13.
Staring at me like she's wanting me to make a move or something. And I like it. Okay, so I'm disturbed right away by this commercial, and then what happens?
Especially in today's society.
She grabs a hat off of a rack and keeps walking. So I guess it's okay to steal now.
That is just wrong.
And then at the end of the commercial, I was like, what was that about? It was a phone? Okay, it takes pictures. Okay,
she was change the background. You could take a picture.
I like the way you focus my image and whatever, change it, whatever, and I like it, and okay, whatever.
I don't like it. You like what? You like being a kleptomaniac?
Right. You like trying to seduce everybody in the audience?
And I don't
she
know
looked like she was about 13.
Yeah.
It was very off-putting to me.
Very.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't like it. And it doesn't come with iPhone 8. I think I have an iPhone 5. But that's why I don't pay for that crap. I got two phones. I use that one because it's got a bigger screen. I play my YouTube and everything on it. I use that when I'm home. And then when I use my cheap $35 a month phone, that's why I got it. I couldn't even tell you what it is. It's a Hisenka or something. And it's got a cracked screen. But I pay $35 a month. Period. And I don't need to watch videos on it or to have 50 gigs. I think I got 3 gigs. When I leave the house, that's what I need. To make a phone call, it still works. Send a text message, it still works. It's got maps.
No, everybody else wants a camera. They want a camera. They don't want to buy a camera. They want to buy a phone, and it's got to have the best camera you can buy. So all the camera companies are probably either in business with the phone companies or they're all out of business. But that's what people want. They want a camera.
I was happy with the iPhone 5. My then wife bought it for me. And if they're doing all these upgrades, you should have had, well, maybe they didn't have the technology, and now they do. Look what we can do now. Chances are you could have done that with the 7 or the 6. And this is the 8 Plus. And she's too young.
Okay, we're talking about advertisements. Let's go back to advertisements, not shitty products. Because I've never seen an advertisement for your phone.
Well, we'll stay with phones. The Samsung Galaxy Note 8.
I don't remember that one.
Do bigger things. There are 2 bigger things that they do in their commercials.
I thought one where the football players writing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Des Bryant and Josh Norman.
Right.
I never said Josh Norman was, but you just wrote it. But first of all, you're interrupting a news conference of a football game. He's rude as shit, messing with his phone while he's being interviewed.
Addressing the media.
Skittles. I'm just paid to be here. I have to be here. That's why I'm here. I guess maybe that's part of the joke.
Your words, not mine.
No, you just literally said that, and you hear everybody else go, you think that person would get to answer. You literally just put butter on his hands. It's signed Des Bryant.
I doubt if the message traveled from the time he sent it to that guy's phone fast enough for him to react.
That might be why they're saying, look, it's real time.
Oh, this is great. You can draw stuff now. Imagine that. You used to be so separated with phones that you had to type everything in, but now you can actually write again. So you can
Immediately
write
goes
notes.
to Twitter or whatever, Instagram, and he immediately gets it. You literally just, you're interrupting a very important, we ain't got time for this. Let's interview him on why they lost and move on with our lives.
Okay, one that I can't stand is Chase Bank Card, and they're playing Spirit in the Sky, and the little girl's wearing an astronaut suit. And with all of the damn crap we got to go through in this country right now because of homeland security and everything else, and then Chase thinks it's cool for this girl to walk into the frickin' airport with a full spacesuit on. And she takes her helmet off and says, one day I'm going to go to Mars. And the dad says, we're working on it. And then they show her getting on the plane with the suit. I mean, we can't even go on the plane with the frickin' bag. And
I couldn't go to the movie theater with my Spider-Man mask on when Spider-Man came out. They're like, no, you can't walk in here with a mask on.
Right. Yes, I know these things might not bother you guys when you're watching commercials. Bothers the shit out of me. I mean, that girl shouldn't be there. We've got white guys leaving bags of explosives in airports, and the news ain't even reporting about it.
And that's true. They make you throw away your 20-ounce water because you can't board the plane and throw it in a garbage can right there. Think about at the end of the day how much how much of a bomb that could be if all those bottled waters and shampoo bottles were really full of the crap you're not letting them take on a plane. You could blow up the whole airport with that full trash can. Ugh.
The real Spirit in the Sky. We're all going to be in heaven.
Now, a couple of them that bother me because they're either sexist or where you can't complain about certain things and then get away with certain things. Southwest Airlines, since we're still on it, want to get away. The guy's walking through a crowd of women with a drink. So I guess he's Prince Charming and they're all wanting to be Cinderella because they're all staring at him.
They're all staring at him.
And he's ignoring all these women, heading for the blonde with the sitting on the couch, and he sees the lovely blonde hair because I guess he doesn't like looking at a woman's face. So imagine what he's going to ask, what position he wants to do when he gets there. So he sits down, and it's a freaking dog,
right?
A long-haired dog.
And since all the women were staring at him like a piece of meat to begin with, and this guy was pretty ugly.
Want to get away?
Yeah, want to get away because he's embarrassed because they all start laughing. I don't know how to feel about that commercial.
I don't either.
Does it mean he's cool because he judged the woman not looking at her face?
Yeah. Explain it to me, God. I want it explained to me.
It's supposed to be funny. He was approaching the girl, and it was really a dog.
No, every other girl apparently was the dog.
Right.
He wasn't picking them.
Right. He passed through all of them.
Yeah, I'm getting the dog drunk. What?
Right. I would have sat down next to that goddamn dog. I'd have put the second drink next to me, and I'd have waited for one of them to come.
That's who I was waiting for.
I would have
the one who likes
the dog.
And another one that's sexist. It's John Cena and Hefty. He's at the Hefty aisle and he's talking to three women about how great Hefty is. Then you hear over the mic, Laura, Alicia, and Sylvia, your husbands are up front waiting. Then they cut to the husbands. They're all standing there with groceries, waiting for their wives. Then it cuts back to John Cena and the women, and the woman's like, I'm not married. And the other woman goes, me neither.
Isn't that horrible? That's just awful.
What are you telling me? That they would cheat on their husbands in a split second? It's bad enough he's up front waiting.
Right.
And they're lying.
Yeah, that's really
Please,
awful.
hashtag stop this crap from happening. You want to hashtag
commercial.
something, awful commercial. It's not funny. And if you post another picture of Aquaman and talk about how yummy he is, and I see you're married, it's not funny. This is how things like this get started sometimes. It's how things like that get started. John Cena's hot. I know he's hot. I'm single. If he's single, let's roll with it. But don't put a married woman there pining over him.
Lying, saying, I'm not married.
I'm totally not married. I'm kind of fat, but I'm not married. And I'm not ripping. But you shouldn't
The
have done
commercial
that.
was an insult. That was a slap in my face as a man. So
That's right, and it's a slap in a woman's face as
he
well.
slaps back.
I'm very upset about that one.
Yeah, that's a horrible commercial. I've never seen it. I don't watch a lot of TV, and that's why I DVR everything and I fast forward through all this crap. But because it's football season, and I like to watch the games as they go on. I'm stuck watching a ton of them every Sunday. I mean, you get more commercial breaks than you get football. What else you got for the
I don't know. We're
specific
pretty close,
commercials?
but I mean, Sam Elliott's voice is not selling me a Dodge Ram.
Mhm.
Dennis Leary's voice is not selling me a Ford F-150. Sam Jackson's not selling me Capital One.
Mhm.
Matthew McConaughey's not selling me a Lincoln. If anybody knows, it's Richard Thomas that does Mercedes-Benz. And Edward Norton does the Subaru. You know, the little dog. The woman brings the dog along, and the guy's like, "Oh, you brought the dog." And the dog won't let him get near her through the whole commercial. Then the dog sees him put a coat. I guess seeing him bang the woman wasn't good enough for the dog to
It
realize.
wasn't romantic.
That wasn't romantic, but when he put the coat, the dog looks, and then comes and puts his head on the lap, and it's about love. And it's Edward Norton's voice, by the way.
A Subaru.
A Subaru. And it's like, okay, I'm mad at her for bringing the damn dog. That would be telling me something. There are boundaries. Hashtag
Right.
me too.
Right.
There are boundaries.
Well, I
And
guess
that
they were
would tell
taking
me
the
every
dog
time.
out.
Man, she let the dog in the room. Apparently, she doesn't want to have sex tonight, and I would sleep on the couch. And I'm not saying I would poison the dog, but the dog would run away. That dog would have run. Oh, you gonna bring him on a camping trip with us? When I want to get away with my woman, a dog that hates me. But it's funny because maybe he's an old soul. It's good. But it's not. Because it's got nothing to do with the car.
No, it's not.
You don't even see the
not
car
good.
in most of that commercial. I see a nice place where they're camping. I see their bedroom. Where's the car in the bedroom scene? Now the one other, because remember the guy that used to work with Verizon. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
And now he works with Sprint.
Mm-hmm.
They cut his contract. He wanted more money.
Must have.
Put them on the map. And Verizon's got to go with Thomas Middleditch, who I love.
I hate those commercials.
I like Thomas Middleditch.
Yeah, he's kicking the football and doesn't know what sport it is and all that.
Technical foul.
H2O. I knew I'd get you.
I do like the grandma with the chicken tenders. Millennials.
Yeah, that one's good.
But
I'm
not going by these new chicken tenders at
No.
McDonald's.
Yeah, because they're real chicken. We knew your nuggets wasn't, but now you have real chicken. I'll just stick to real chicken.
They're going to find some of McDonald's original chicken nuggets in my belly when I die. Still floating around in there. State Farm, Aaron Rodgers and the dog. I like it better than you do. I think it's cute. But I love it's the song,
Yeah.
Greatest American Hero,
Yeah.
man. I will every time. I'm not changing the commercial.
Right.
I will listen to it. In fact, it makes me want to go to YouTube and put the song on after. It does not make me want to buy a car or a dog or invest in Aaron Rodgers. Thank you for missing the game last week.
Well, they said they 7 years, never a scratch, and then they show him jumping a dune. Yeah, right.
And I want to get one of those drones. I want to get the drone that the linebacker was playing with.
Too many drones. You know, there's cities that the police are using drones now. I think Los Angeles is the biggest city that's allowing it now. God.
And you watch, because now Verizon's getting together with Google.
Yeah.
Oh, you just watch. They're buying up everything, man. You're gonna be. I mean, you already only got 6 companies to buy from now.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
They own everything.
we're gonna help small business. Oh, that's
They don't
another
only
rant.
own everything. I mean, they're telling you how to feel about everything.
This commercial came on, and it was an older man getting out of a grocery store. He's got a basket full of groceries, and he decides to get on the back of the grocery cart and cruise to his car.
Yeah.
And we've all done it. And they were playing the Pixies. Man.
Here comes your man.
And
Like,
I'm
was
like,
it-
oh yes,
was it a bank
yes.
card
What are you
commercial?
gonna show me a car? Are you gonna back up and show me where he bought his groceries? Where you're allowed to do that? I mean, I was invested. Citibank. Citibank, and something about how we make you feel, or we make you feel. It doesn't say what they actually do.
This is how we make you feel. Like you're a kid again, I guess.
Because all he had to do was swipe his card and pay
just
800%.
Bought all your groceries on a credit card? You just bought groceries and then decided to pay a bank too?
I'm so excited I didn't have to reach in my wallet.
I'm so excited I didn't have to have the funds to buy this. That's the original thrill of it.
I'll just pay 400% interest. And it's in the words. I'll make you feel. It'll make you feel. Not we're going to lie to you and soothe you and tell you what you want to hear, but not really what the truth is.
Now, George Carlin did a great bit about advertisements and his career. He's my favorite comedian ever of all time. I'm sure yours too.
Oh yeah, he taught me more than my dad did.
Yeah, George taught us a lot. So paying homage to George, a little free-floating hostilities tonight. We're going to probably do a video like this every now and then.
Yeah.
And I knew the first one was going to be about commercials because I hate them. Absolutely hate them.
And we talk about it. It drives
us crazy. We talk, my wife, I drive her crazy. This video might drive you guys crazy. That's just the way we feel about it. So that was Twin Perspective on advertisements.
As they stick their big advertising bend over behind you.
Right.
They're going to service the customer.
Right. It's not home style or homemade unless the CEO's in the basement cooking that crap on a hot plate.
Pasta joy.
It's not.
If it's chicken
style.
flavored, guess what? No fucking
chicken.
Man, they can get away with it. That probably goes to court more than anything, where they're allowed to say certain things, or they've had to change the way they say it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's allowed doesn't mean think outside the box. How about the truth? Truth in advertising. Watch a movie called Crazy People with Dudley Moore and Daryl Hannah. It's called Crazy People.
That's a great one.
He comes up with a bunch of truth in advertising ideas, and his boss, who thinks he's crazy, grabs the wrong bunch of advertisements, turns them in, and it becomes a success. But his boss has already stuck him in a nut house.
Mm-hmm.
And all the nuts are coming up with crazy ideas. So it works for a while.
Right.
AT&T, we own everything. AT&T, we're tired of taking your crap. Ferrari, for men who want hand jobs from women they barely know.
Crazy people.
I want to know how the word fuck gets in the New York fucking Times. I want to know how the word fuck gets in the New York fucking Times. This movie will scare the fuck out of you. Truth in advertising.
Yeah, just give us a little truth.
Metamucil, for people who love to go to the bathroom.
Do you sweat on relatively cool days?
Yes, I do sweat on relatively cool days.
And the beautiful woman coming out of the water, and it was a promo for Jamaica. Come in Jamaica. And the Jamaican travel girl was like, we don't make promises like that. Give us a little truth in advertising.
Crazy people. It's late 80s, early 90s. Dudley Moore. And you'll see a little bit of, if you don't give a shit about advertising, if it doesn't bother you one iota, how they sell it, what they're selling, then watch the movie, and you'll enjoy a little. You'll see where there is no truth in advertising.
Free floating hostilities. All right.
We'll keep this under 45 minutes. Woohoo!
So thanks for watching. Subscribe to Rosenfield 10 for more crazy videos like this. I'm Joe.
I'm going to get me a Dos Equis because I'm the most interesting twin on the screen.
That's James.
Yeah.
And this has been Twin Perspective on advertisements.
Free floating hostilities.
God rest your soul, George Carlin. May we see each other again very soon. All right.
Want a Coke?
See you guys later. Bye.
Cheap soda.
Hey, wait up.